Alright then guys, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel. Today is sort of a mix of various things from various different days. Some good and then some bad. So we're starting with the bad. And that is that the rear brake on this is seizing again. This is going to be the fourth time we're addressing this. It happens basically every year to me and it's a super common fault on these EP3s, so I'm not surprised it's happening. So first job of the day is going to be sorting out this rear brake and getting that working properly again, because I've got brake dust all over my RPF ones, which is quite upsetting. As you can see, wheels already off and we are sort of getting started with this. And then we'll get onto the good stuff after that, which I will show you once this is done. So here is the rear caliper in question. I know I could buy a refurbished caliper and that would solve this problem, but that means spending money when I know this works because I've done it a few times. So basically what we're going to be doing is taking off the rear caliper and then we're going to be cleaning it up, because usually what happens is the pistons or something don't allow the pad to fully retract back to a position where it's not touching the disc. So gonna get that going using some copper grease and things like that, but we'll show you as we get to those points. So yeah, let's get this off and then we can get started on this basically.
12 seconds later.
Okay, cool. So that's the caliper off, and now basically we're going to take the pads out, wind the pistons back in and out and in and out using one of those piston compression tools. I'll slide out these pads and then we'll get on to doing that. So this is the pad. As you can see, plenty of life left still in it, so it's definitely not that the pads have worn out. The other one is exactly the same. What I'll do is I'll show you the part with the pistons that this has come off of. So this is the holder that holds it in, and usually what happens, and has happened to me, is these get completely seized up and don't compress like they are. A couple of years ago mine were just completely stuck where they were, so that was a big problem. So the fact these go in and out was one massive plus for me this time. So make sure you check these because this could be an issue for you as well. So the caliper tool is in now and winding it back. I'll link one of these tools down below if you don't have one of them. So the caliper was held out quite far, so this tool basically, we're winding back the caliper to get it back to the furthest point back that it will go. You kind of need to be a two-man job for this because you need someone on the brake pedal and then someone on this tool, so having an extra pair of hands will make this a lot easier. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention also that I've loosened the cap on the brake fluid reservoir because just in case it starts overflowing or whatever, you just need the pressure to be down, so it makes the job easier. This is the caliper all the way wound in now. So we're now just going to clean up all the separate components, add some copper slip onto the areas that need it and put it all back together. So just going to clean up this pad carrier with the wire brush. Now we're just going to hit it with some brake cleaner. So now that that's all cleaned up, we're going to use this copper grease to lube up that surface just there. Now the pads go back in and then that's ready to go back on. So now we just obviously slotted the brake pad holder with the pad on, and because everything's wound back, it's actually really easy to put back together now. So basically just putting all the bolts back in on the caliper. Okay, so now that's all back together, I'm just going to stick the wheel on and I will let you guys know if there's any problems, because the next part that you see in this video will be a different day. So go for a test drive and hopefully nothing's wrong, but if it is, I'll let you know.
2,000 years later.
So it's been a few days and the rear brake issue is sorted. That is all good, so very happy about that. So let's move on to the fun stuff. If you saw my last video, you saw me install the fuel rail in here and I put the pressure gauge on. That is moving forward the plan for how this engine bay will look. But at this point in time, because I've got the standard inlet manifold on there at the moment, I'm going to take the pressure gauge out and put the grub screw back in, because I want to put my carbon fibre cover back on, because I've got a new carbon fibre piece. I did actually mention this in one of my first videos when I did the walk around on my car. I'm kind of debating whether to get this, because you can get this slam panel in carbon. I might do that too. So I've been thinking about getting this for about 3 years and I decided to pull the trigger. So I got this carbon fibre scuttle panel piece. I haven't even lined this up on the car yet, so I don't know what this looks like, but that, safe to say, that looks pretty cool. So the idea is going to get that fuel pressure gauge off, grub screw in, get the carbon fibre panel back on there, and then install this, and then have a load of carbon fibre goodness. Okay, so first things first is getting this fuel pressure gauge off. I haven't driven the car in a few days, so my fuel pressure gauge is actually at 0, which is good because it means I'm not going to get spurted with fuel. It's probably just going to drip out. That's why I've put this paper towel there. Nice, no fuel at all. Okay, so I've put the grub screw in and I'm not sure if this is in far enough for it to not leak or anything, so we're gonna just prime the pump now and see if it leaks. Oh, nice. Okay, I guess it wasn't far enough.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, it's actually been a couple of days. I wanted to check that this wasn't leaking too much, and also it was getting dark when I was last filming, so I just decided not to rush it. So anyway, obviously this is a pretty niche thing because most people don't want to cover up their fuel rail once they've just put it on. But let's say you were putting the standard cover back on, I found it needs to mount higher up to clear the fuel rail because it's slightly larger than the OEM one. So this has been raised up quite high. So basically it's now time to get the carbon fibre piece on here and then we can move on. Right, now that bit is on, it is actually finally time to install this carbon fibre piece. So I got this from Carbon My Ride, who originally used to be Pimp My Civic years ago. As I said earlier, yeah, it's been on my radar for a long time. So let's get the fixings off of the original piece and get this one on. Right, obviously the grille shouldn't come off. That's one of the benefits of me not reattaching this, but as you can see, this is all pretty minging. So I'm gonna take this time just to quickly wipe this down with some bug and grime remover, just to clean it up because I can as it's off. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. I'm thinking the best way is probably gonna be to attach the scuttle panel piece to the grille first and then bring it back over to the car. So I've transferred over all of the rubber well nuts into the carbon fibre piece already. So I think I'm gonna do that first, and then I can marry the two up onto this at the same time. I think that's gonna be the easiest way because then I can get access to underneath and stuff easier. Right, nice. I've done these up pretty loose so that I can move and adjust this around because I have a feeling these angles aren't quite right, but let's get this on the car. The moment of truth. It's all lining up, which is good. Man, that looks so much cooler. Right, let's get this mounted up, everything tightened up, then we can take a look back and see what this thing looks like. All right then guys, so I've just tightened everything up and I've just given it a clean down back and I haven't taken a step back to actually look at this yet. Oh my God. This looks so sick. Right, here we go guys. This is what it looks like. So there you go guys, look how much better that looks. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm also so happy that the carbon fibre actually goes the same direction on both of these parts, because I was really worried when I ordered this that the carbon fibre could have been laid that way and I would have had like a crisscross thing. That would have looked terrible. Look at the engine bay, just carbon fibre goodness everywhere. Obviously this bit isn't going to stay around because of things happening in this area, but in terms of, I think, the link between the front grille into the engine bay, I think this piece just really ties that in together. I will leave a link for this in the description if you do want to pick one up as well. I'm not sponsored or anything, I just liked it so I bought it. But Carbon My Ride, if you are watching, hit me up. All right then guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully I've been able to help you out with either the rear brake issue or with persuading you to buy this. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Drop a comment down below of what you think of this, or if there's any other carbon fibre parts you think I should get. I think it looks incredible. So yeah, links to this will be in the description. But yeah, just don't forget to subscribe, like the video, again, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.